Hi, it's me again, and it's the end of day 2, and you've all just left the room. Brian and I have just been discussing you behind your backs, and I just want to share with you how it felt for me to stand at the back of the room, knowing what you were like at 9 o'clock yesterday morning, and seeing what you delivered today. Every single one of you seriously stepped out of average and into almost legendary. Those of you that were in the audience on those, you know what I mean. I was just thinking about those stretch targets that you gave. Every single one of you played full out. You gave me your best, and I hope you're actually enjoying that feeling of what you seriously achieved today. I know that you felt it was a bit weird yesterday, that I said turn everything on its head, put the audience in mind, but I think you've really experienced the power of doing that. So top marks for you on that one. Thank you for that. It's been an absolute pleasure. So let's review what we learned today. We started this morning with that check-in. Some of you slept like babies, as I recall. Some of you woke up at strange hours in the morning. That's just natural. It's just the way that your brain's processing information. But what it created for you was a very big difference about what you wanted to achieve yesterday and what you wanted to achieve today. And you know, when you focus like that, you can only get one outcome. So we did our check-in, and you told me what you wanted to get out of today, and I kind of think that most of what you wanted was exactly in line with those stretch targets. So again, I'm really pleased with that one. The first thing we did this morning, we did the outcome generator, where we laid out different target audiences and different outcomes that we wanted them to achieve, and really established and began to hone that muscle where you start thinking about what is it that this person needs to feel in order for that action to be taken. We talked about some pretty tough audiences, as I recall, you know, the board of directors, technical experts, people managers, and you had some quite stretching things. If you've got nothing else out of that, it's how you make people feel. It's about that emotional connection that you can create. We talked about some audience dynamics. Now, we talked about doers, influencers, resources, and innovators yesterday, but we also talked about some of the assumptions that it's okay to make. Things that will get you on the same connective level with people. An audience full of 17-year-olds is going to be different to an audience full of board directors. So you can make some assumptions. You can make some sweeping generalizations about what people in a financial background will want, what people who are just in their first job will want, what people that are returning for the second, third, and fourth season might want. Anything that you make a consideration about your audience is bound to be a benefit, even if it's wrong. The fact that you gave them some thought will be conveyed in your message. So keep doing that. We looked at Boom Boom Design. We looked at my little S diagram that will enable you to create a 1-day or a half-day or even an hour presentation by simply working backwards from your outcomes. You know, starting at the emotion you want them to feel at the end of the day or at the end of your session, and working it back to what potentially they will have come into with. Is it okay for people to arrive a little bit jaded, a little bit cynical? Absolutely. But you know that you can take them on a journey of state from cynical to absolutely empowered, engaged, and energized. It's really, really simple. You just need to work it backwards. And then you can put our friend, the format system, through those 4 sessions. That's all Boom Boom Design is. It will enable you to consistently monitor your audience. If you're getting what you want, if they're in the physiology that you need them to be, carry on. If they're not, do something different. We did the exercise where we just kept challenging you and saying, do something different, do something different, do something different. I think within a very short period of time, we generated about 30 different options. And I bet you could think of another 30 more. So again, you know that you've got the ability to do that. We then gave you a choice point. You did some preparation. Some of you worked with me on learning some memory tricks. You learn how to use a columning technique around the room to remember your agenda. Just know how powerful that is. The other things that you learned is, you know, Paul, stop pacing. You've got to learn and practice in the state that you want to deliver. Those of you that felt that script was your crutch, I think you now know that it's probably going to be the thing that will chop you off at the ankles and trip you up at every opportunity. The more script-free you can be, the more conversational you can be, the more passionate you can be, the better results you'll get. You know, Carl, if you're watching this now, everybody in the room's going to remember that one, so keep doing it. Ingrid, that timeline was just the stuff of legend. Kieran, using music, using passion. Katie, your movement, saying thank you genuinely. You know, every single one of you have done something that you all should be nicking and using, so keep doing more of that. Your first presentations, hats off to those of you that stepped up and tried to do something that was way out of your comfort zone. Those of you that feel like you made some mistakes, great. You've learned some fabulous stuff, and I think you've probably reinforced the learning that you've had. And I want you to now to take a second to remember those 5-minute presentations you did at the end. You know, the reactions you got from everybody else in the room were serious and genuine reactions. People don't give applause because they don't want to. They gave it because you made it. So just remember that feeling. Remember how easy it was. Remember how effortless you can make it. And it's cool to make a few mistakes. Enjoy doing your presenting. I want you to have a record-breaking season in 2012. If you present to your new teams in half as good a fashion as you've done in this room, you are bound to get it. So go for it, buddy, boys and girls. I'd love to be part of that success journey, so keep in touch, and I'll see you soon.